This is the second part of The Mystery of the Mothman, where the investigation takes a thrilling turn. After an eerie encounter at the village jumble sale, Alfie uncovers the Mothman's real name, Nathaniel Clem, and learns about the strange happenings at Ash House. Now it's time to dig deeper into the secrets of this unsettling figure and the village's darkest rumours. It was a huge day for my investigation. I uncovered loads of fascinating new information. It all started when Mum dragged us to this dull jumble sale at the village hall. Seemed pointless, but then he showed up. The Mothman. The second he walked in, the whole room fell silent. Everyone stared at him. Same wild hair flowing down his back, same bat-like coat trailing behind him. But no moths this time. I elbowed my sister, Lily. "Hey, Lily, who is that guy?" I whispered. She shrugged. "How should I know? But wow, he's massive. Imagine the size of his insides." "Remember the guy with the moths I told you about? That's him," I pointed. Lily rolled her eyes. "You've got to let this go, Alfie." But I couldn't. The room was so quiet, you could hear the rain pelting the roof outside. The Mothman wandered over to a stall of old electrical junk run by an older black woman with silver beads in her hair and a walking stick. She was the only black person I'd seen in the village other than Dad. She chatted with him cheerfully, but he barely acknowledged her, pouring through the stuff like he was in a hurry. Everyone was watching him again, whispering to each other. He handed over money, looking irritated, embarrassed, and like he hated the world all at once. There was something so off about him. It gave me chills. Lily muttered, "What's he doing with all that cabling? No one that creepy should have it." "And look at that coat," I said. "It's like it's made of skin." I couldn't resist. I had to follow him. He might be connected to all the strange things in this village. He's the best clue I've had since we moved here. "What are you doing?" Lily hissed. I ignored her and got close enough to almost touch his coat. It wasn't skin. It was some weird, shiny fabric that smelled like sawdust and horses. He reminded me of a huge, sinister spider. I like spiders, but that's not a feeling I want from a person. Before I could get any closer, Mum stopped me. "Where do you think you're going?" "Just—" "Oh, no, you don't. Stay where I can see you and don't touch anything." I couldn't believe it. I trailed around the boring jumble sale instead, surrounded by piles of smelly clothes and junk, until Lily came running up, giggling. "There's a massive fight in the kitchen," she said, "about your giant." She dragged me to a small corridor near the kitchen. Through the slightly open door, I spotted the electrical stall lady arguing with an old man I hadn't seen before. He was red-faced and bald, with tufts of white hair sticking up around his head. They were going at it, yelling over each other. I caught bits of what they were saying. The old man shouted, "Don't ever invite him to another parish event." The woman snapped back, "You don't get to tell me who I can invite." I got into proper detective mode, hiding in the corner and listening. The old man said, "This village hasn't been the same since that misfit came back. It's dangerous, all those escaped animals of his. That monstrous bird last summer, ruining the allotments, and those experimental creatures, warped hybrids. It's not right." The woman replied, "Ash House is a sanctuary, not a charnel house," the man interrupted, spitting the word. Ash House. I remembered it. It was the last house in the village, big and white, with towering fir trees in the garden that swayed like they were whispering secrets. The argument went on. The man ranted about zoo rejects and spitting frogs, claiming Nathaniel Clem, the Mothman, was meddling with the electricity and inventing contraptions that should all be destroyed. The woman rolled her eyes and said, "He's a conservationist, not a butcher. You just hate people who are different." So the Mothman had a name, Nathaniel Clem, and now I had a lead. I'd have to check out Ash House myself. When I tried to sneak out, Mum caught me. "Where do you think you're going?" she asked suspiciously. "Just need some air," I said quickly. Then, thinking fast, I added, "Can I meet up with Sam? I've been here nearly an hour." She hesitated but relented. Fine, but you're not going anywhere without this. She handed me my ridiculous puffy coat. I groaned but took it. Time to investigate Ash House.